T-Wolves.
Fucking clean fucking sweep.
Clean sweep 4-0.
And no one on this planet cannot compare him to Jordan. It's all I fucking see. It's like, there was Jordan, there was Kobe, now there's Ant. It's like, all right. He won one playoff series. Quit the shit.
Okay, first of all,
he is a beast.
We didn't choose. Today is not the day we're going to hate on Anthony Edwards.
I'm not hating on it. I'm hating on all the people who keep talking all this. Like, this is huge, what do you call it? Recency bias.
Well, sure. It can be. Well, no, they've been brewing up the Michael Jordan conversation for a while. But here's my thing. He's his own guy.
Yes.
He's not the next Michael Jordan. He's not. No. It's not like, okay, like, yeah, like there's a, like, when people compare Kobe to Michael Jordan, it's like there's obvious just
similarities,
pure replicas
of
each other.
Yes. But they try to do an overlay of Michael Duncan with.
But that's one play. I know exactly. Exactly what dunk you're talking about.
Yeah, it was his crazy
dunk, and they're like, "Oh my god, Michael Jordan did this versus the Suns." It's like, yeah, I agree with you. It's like everybody does need to calm down, but
he definitely deserves hype. He's a fucking animal. He dropped 40.
But yeah, but it's like in the best way possible. He doesn't have to be some Michael Jordan. Like, he can be Anthony Edwards.
He's the Ant-Man, dude.
Which here, you want me to say something even crazier? It's like, maybe he's not Michael Jordan. Maybe he's more. Who the fuck knows? We don't know.
He's still fucking 22. Jordan was walking in the league at 22.
We have absolutely no clue who Anthony Edwards is going to be. It could be equal to, if not greater than, what Michael Jordan
we have no fucking idea. And he just swept the big three, which is a fucking failure of that just sucks.
This is definitely up there with, I mean, off the top of my head, one of the worst big threes.
You had the big three with Harden, KD, and Kyrie, first round exit. But this is pretty fucking bad because you got 3 high-level caliber shooters, and it's just too many of them. They don't need that many. They don't need all 3 of them.
This is a weird scenario where, they probably should have just stuck with Chris Paul, with Booker and KD.
Exactly.
Than having Beal.
I think I said this a while ago, but you can't have 3 dudes taking up all the shots, and no one's there really. I mean, because they all play a similar game of where they run the game with the ball in their hand.
But,
yes, they need, I don't know, whatever. But
I mean, no, I feel you because like you can go on Instagram and it's like, this would be a fantasy lineup. Like, who would be able to stop this? And it's like, apparently anybody,
exactly,
4 straight games, they'll be able to stop it
in the first.
And, like, the whole like hill I was dying on was when it comes to, best scorers of all time.
Yeah,
KD's a no question. This era, Booker's a no question. And then Beal,
Beal was one of the best shooters in the league for so long. But he wasn't a necessary piece for this team. Because you got literally 2 of the best shooters in the league, and you're going to throw on another shooter. It's overkill. It
really didn't make. And I mean, here's the thing: we have like all the hindsight that we can say, like looking back on it, it sucked.
Sure.
But at the same time, my whole thing was, these guys are pure hoopers. They should be able to get it done.
Yeah.
And we shit on. It's like, yeah, Anthony Edwards is Anthony Edwards, but he also is one man. We shit on how Cat will fall apart, or how what is Rudy Gobert? He made the DPOY meaningless, like all this shit.
Yeah.
And this whole team is showing up.
Well, because they have an actual lineup on this team. They got 2 huge centers, basically. You got a straightforward shooting guard, and then you have Mike Conley at the point. Like, you have a real team. The Suns are literally 3 of the best shooters and not much else. They don't have a real point guard. They had Book running the point, but he's dropping 50 out here.
Mm-hmm.
He's not dishing the rock. He's not there to give up shots. He's there to shoot 20-plus times a game. They all are.
I'm just glad that I mean, like I knew like this. It's like it's been an. I don't want to say it's beneficial, but it's been brewing. But it's like the super team era is officially
It has to be done.
like it's almost like we're almost like kind of in like the like duo with a bunch of really good role player era.
Yes,
Like
we're in the duos era.
which is kind of
Like,
a stupid ass like title, but like you know what I mean, like
but two people with a good cast can get shit done. But
it's
when you throw away your team to get that extra third fucking piece,
well
doesn't seem to help all the way.
it, it depends on who the three pieces are because if
Yes,
it was a Chris Paul type of player instead of a
yes,
Bradley Beal type of player, we
yeah.
don't know how they
You
would
have
look.
three very similar players.
Three
They're
guys,
different, but
three guys all
they're
trying to
all
get plenty. All three guys all trying to get 20 plus up.
they're all looking to shoot. Yeah, 20,
All
30
trying to get
plus,
20
dude. They're
plus
all
up.
looking to drop 50 every night.
Um,
Well, it's the same problem that I'm seeing right now in fucking LA with the Clippers.
and Book dropped
You got
49.
Book dropped 49. Fucking Bradley Beal had 9 points.
Book dropped 49. But
But
what's for the
Book's,
Clippers?
Lord knows how many shots Book put up.
Oh, 20 of the points were free throws.
And oh, I hate that so much, dude. I hate all
Yeah,
this foul
he was
bullshit. I
20
thought
for
they would.
21 on free throws.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So
So I
then,
mean,
fucking yeah, I don't
he
know.
dropped 29 points.
Yes.
He had a 30 burger. But let's talk unless forgot, did you forget what you were going to say about the Clippers? You were
Well,
going
no,
to
it's similar in the fact that there's three, again, kind of similar players who are all looking to get shots up. They're not similar, but PG and Harden they're all looking to get shots. Kawhi's looking to get shots.
Okay, here's the thing though. Kawhi is the most different out of the six that
Yes.
we're talking about.
Yes.
And not Paul, but James Harden. I mean, he can if you're you would have to if you're comparing him to if you're doing the 3-on-3. So Bradley Beal, yeah, you're 10,000 times out of 10,000 times you're gonna want James Harden to bring the ball up the court over Bradley Beal.
1,000%.
And that's just in comparison.
Yes.
I'm not saying Bradley can't. Obviously, he can bring the fucking ball down the court, but we're talking
Everyone
about someone that can still lead the league in assists.
exactly.
So I'd say it's a little different.
It is different, but again, it's three guys, three stars who are all looking to have the ball, and it just doesn't mesh like a like when the Warriors were at their peak. Like KD was an addition to that team. He didn't subtract anything from Steph
Yeah,
Curry. Steph was still out there dropping 30.
you reminded me
But
exactly.
now these Bradley Beal seemed a little bit like a subtraction.
The last thing with this Timberwolves and Suns series, there were sources coming out, which is telling me that KD's probably out of Phoenix.
Yes.
KD never felt comfortable with his role in Phoenix. Says he felt like he was regulated to the corner.
Yeah.
Which is kind of interesting because, I mean, when you think about it, like you just said, it's like he was an addition to Golden State.
Yes. He was a yes.
Phoenix. Here's the thing: if Phoenix was good enough for him to just be regulated to the corner, he would have been okay with it.
Exactly.
But he
But
knows that
he knows
should
he
have
needs
been.
to.
He know his role should have been more than KD. Hey, KD's open over there. Hit him. Like
Yeah.
and KD's just like no. Like
Because KD came to the Warriors and I wouldn't say he led the team, but he led the team in scoring. They let him get all the shots he wanted, and Steph Curry still played his game.
Mm-hmm.
With this, it's like now you're trying to get the ball to Bradley. You're trying to D-Book is putting up a shit ton of shots, and it just doesn't work.
The Suns team was just weird.
It's too much.
It's like a fever dream. We're
I
gonna
know.
look back on this team, and it's
Yeah.
gonna be this is a big what if team. This is a big.
It's a huge what if team, but when you kind of break it down, it's like they need a. I know Book's a point guard, but they need a true point guard to help this team. I mean, they were on massive runs when it was just Book and Chris Paul because they had a supporting cast.
It would take a lot of pressure off of because if I'm Phoenix, I mean I would try my best to run it back with a KD and Booker duo.
Agreed.
I'm gonna try. I mean,
Yes.
if KD's already coming out and saying like, man, now he's saying he didn't feel comfortable with his role, not necessarily saying I'm out of here. That could be I'm open to talking about making some changes in
Agreed.
within this team,
But for KD's sake, I don't think him staying will help at all. I mean, because when you think about it, when he left Golden State, he went straight to the Nets, tried to form a super team. That was a different situation. If Kyrie was actually on the court, I think that team could have been way better. Um, and then tries to form a super team in Phoenix. He needs to go to a team where he's set up with a good supporting cast and a true point guard, because otherwise he's stuck in this weird shit.
but where does KD go? Like
I don't know.
that's what I'm saying.
Indiana?
Like if we were to talk about KD on another team going into free agency or whatever, or potentially going to a new team, him and Booker being a duo, and in a hypothetical world, we'd have been saying like, oh yeah, like why not?
Yes.
So you take Beal out of that equation and honestly just replace it with,
A few more guys,
I don't want to
but
say
definitely a true.
exactly who, but just like you take Beal out and replace that with two role players
Yes.
or two guys, pick up some veteran point guard. Like I think,
Yeah.
like shit, you don't get swept.
No, you
You don't
will
get
win a game.
swept. You don't get. Yeah, you definitely you probably don't get 4-0 because that's
No.
crazy.
No, the fact that this team got 4-0 really sucks.